the coast of Ischia Island, a strange phenomenon is occurring in which volcanic activity from Mount Vesuvius in Italy is causing carbon dioxide, an odorless gas, to rise from the seafloor. This is affecting the organisms in the water around the vents, causing organisms such as snails to lose their homes as the carbon dioxide breaks down their shells. In industrial regions all over the world, greenhouse gases and carbon emissions are released into the atmosphere. This carbon dioxide diffuses into the ocean, affecting many shelled organisms. This lab allowed you to perform 2 experiments to see the relationship between rising CO2 levels in the atmosphere and ocean acidification. You altered pH levels with your own carbon dioxide and examined the effects on different solutions. You also immersed mussels, shelled organisms, into vinegar, an acid, and examined the effects on the strength of their shells. What did you observe when you blew CO2 into your solutions? Breathing carbon dioxide into a beaker of salt water creates an exchange similar to carbon dioxide from the atmosphere filtering into oceans. The carbon dioxide from your breath increases hydrogen ions in the water, causing pH levels to go low, therefore acidifying the water and affecting organisms in the delicate marine ecosystem. This situation creates a chemical reaction as carbon dioxide and water are combined to form carbonic acid. This then breaks down to create hydrogen ions and bicarbonate. Through this lab, we have learned about the effects of rising acidity in our oceans due to carbon emissions created by people around the world. This acidity affects many of the living organisms in our oceans. After the acidity reduces the calcium ions which shelled organisms need to build and strengthen their shells. Without shells, these organisms are weak and helpless. What did you observe in your experiments on the mitoliths? You may have noticed that a reaction occurs in which bubbles begin to form on the outer shell. This is the gas being produced. By using a pH meter, you measure the levels of hydrogen ions in the solution over time. You may notice that the pH levels will lower. Through this experiment, we can see how organisms are affected when acidity rises in marine ecosystems. Shelled organisms create their shells with calcium carbonate, a white crystalline solid. An increase in acidity can cause shells to begin dissolving and reduce the availability of carbonate ions needed to make new shell material. Now we know of the effects carbon dioxide has on living organisms in our ocean. We can use this knowledge to help prevent more carbon dioxide from filtering into our oceans. If we can reduce the carbon emissions we emit, it may help neutralize the high acidity in our oceans. This could result in stronger shells and global warming reduction.